This video contains explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Canid Conversation, the Zoomed In and Comments video channel. This is Zoomed In. I'm Cliff, and thank you very much for taking time out to view this episode. We are talking with Rill Oji. I hope I got the name right. And Rill is a very fascinating lady who does a lot of very interesting things with art and also sex. So we're going to be talking a little sexy today. And what we're going to talk more about is sex in the media, and of course what she does basically to help women, and especially Black women, get their, I guess, their image as far as sex goes. I guess that's the way I'll put it, out there in such a way that it is seductive and interesting for sure. So Rill, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect. So you're a person who has worked in the sex industry. You've been there before. You've done this work in the industry, and now you do other things outside of that industry. Or do you still touch that industry as a whole? Where do you sit with regard to what you do?
Well, that was past tense. I was a sex worker. No, I was not a prostitute, because everybody tends to go that route. I mean, well, think as soon as you say sex work, they think prostitute. No, I did not do it. There's other works that you can do. I was an exotic dancer. I made a lot of money. I also was a hostess to swinger parties and stylist on pornographic films. Yes, they have stylists on pornographic films. And I written my first book. It's called Quickie, and it's 7 short erotic stories. And because of my experience and just looking at women and also men, and the conversation that is had like the most is like relationships, and the two things that break relationships up is sex and money. So from that, because I was in this industry, I was like, I know I can teach women how to be more sexually confident. And listen up, ladies, please, to love the skin you're in. Whatever God gave you, you should love that. And to embrace divine feminine energy.
Yeah, there you go. And that's really what it's all about, right? To basically feel good about who you are. I'm a bit of a pudgy fella, and but I still am very comfortable in my skin, and I love it particularly when I meet up with a lady who happens to be a BBW, like the bigger gals. So to me, it's like if they're really confident, really self aware of their body, but not overly self confident about it, they, as in a negative way, they basically, are confident and strong and feel good about themselves. That's what really attracts men, for sure, and myself included. I get, if I can put it this way, I get turned on when I see a lady who's really full figured and really well put together, but also exudes that confidence. And is that what you're actually after when you work with Black women and other women as well? Is it basically helping them build their self-confidence, particularly in the realm of sex?
Oh, well, yeah, that's a part of it. I mean, because that's first, because you have to love like who you are. That's first and foremost. And also, like when you look at the media, especially like, as a Black woman, we don't see ourselves. If you turn on the TV right now and you click, 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 you're going to see Caucasians, whether it's Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic, Habib in them, like whomever. But you would not see a Black woman. And if you do see one, more than likely, she probably have the aesthetic of like a Caucasian. So to see yourself as a Black woman is especially in the media, because it's a very powerful tool, and we all are attracted to the TV and movies and stuff like that, and to be able to see yourself is important. So Black women deal with that. I remember for me as a child, now I've always been sexy, honey. Don't ever get it fucked up. All right, as a Black woman, and one of the things that Black women have is like, well, not all of them, but for my family, we definitely have like really, really big legs. We have big legs, we have big butts, right? And hips. So when I was young, growing up like in the 80s and the early 90s, like you would see Caucasian women. Like I remember watching, what was that? What was the show? Wonder Woman and Charlie's Angels. You know, although these Caucasian women were beautiful, but they didn't reflect who I was. And I would look at them and would like go to the bathroom and beat my legs because I wanted to look like them. So this is the mind manipulation that's being played on Black women. This is important that we see ourselves and know our self-worth and understand that you are the original woman, because there's no other woman on this earth that looks like you. That's first and foremost. So yeah, women definitely needs to have a strong sense of self and love within themselves. And it also has to come within the community. And now we have to go a little back, because we also have to look back to understand for us to go forward. Because, well, African Americans being enslaved, like it had a pivotal point on us as beings, how we see ourselves, our sexuality, our beauty. And once we decipher that and unscramble that, and we readjust our minds to know who we are as a people, then you know things will move forward, and we'll be more happier, which a lot of women are, Black women are, and be confident in who we are as a woman and in our sexuality.
Yeah, and that's pretty critical if you're gonna uh, particularly want to be out there and in the community, and you want to basically express yourself and your ideas. That self-confidence and love of yourself, and as you put it, is divine. It's really key and it's important. And yeah, that's also in the realm of sexuality. And as you pointed out, the media is full of it. I know, working in the media myself, um, being a broadcaster from a long time ago, and now getting back into this as what I do, as my side hustle, if you will.
Mhm.
It is interesting to see sexuality, how it's portrayed, what goes into it. And I know back in the day when I was in radio, I could write a commercial that was for a car that sounded really, really sexy, and
Mhm.
use sex as a way of selling stuff. It's true what they say, sex does sell. It does work. You were in the industry, as you put it, out a stylist. What kind of things did you learn from being a stylist in the porn industry?
Um, well, from the looking at the talent, um, for the men, like it's kind of hard for them to stay up. I guess because of all the the lighting and the cameraman and all the people around, it's really hard for the men uh, to stay erect in that situation. So it's a lot of behind the scenes of them trying to get their psychic ready to be able to control their penis. And also there's a lot of editing. A lot of it is bullshit that y'all see. Now, you know, I like to watch porn, but you have to, it's a lot of it is edited and bad, awful, awful. I mean, awful. Now, if you find one that's good, you have to go. It's like going through a haystack and looking for a pen. Like that's just how you will be able to find something that's really, really good. Where two people are engaging in sex, in a sexual act that are appreciative of one another, because that's what sex is about. It's not a one-sided thing. And majority of the nothing about the sex industry that I know learned is that a lot of men are the ones that are the head of these things, and so the men gets all the attention. Like soon as the sex act start, what does the woman do? There's no play to her, and she just instantly sucking his dick. Like what? Right? And then he's entering and penetrating her. Like, no, it's not. It takes a woman, for men who don't know. I know because some of y'all don't know because they know we don't have these type of conversations. And I know, but unfortunately, like parents be afraid to talk to their children about lovemaking. Although, because most people learn through trial and error. So let me put y'all on real quick. It takes a woman, just because your penis is hard. Just y'all two are engaged, right? And your penis instantly, your man like just instant, like it's just instantaneously in a lot of cases. Like it becomes hard with just from the sight of her, the smell of her, the touch of her. But the woman, it takes her a minute for her pussy to get wet and her blood to get the boiling. You need to engage in her, like kissing her neck, her nipples, and also have conversation about what she like. You know, I find that a lot of people don't even know what they like sexually, and that's a problem within itself. But yeah, like explore her body. Like I don't know, what do you like as a man? I don't know, maybe you like to work on cars. Like think about how you take your time when you're working on a nice fine car, if that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? Look at that woman in that same way, not as she's a car. You know, I'm just using that as a metaphor, but to explore her body, like take your time, be as gentle, and maybe she don't like it gentle. That's why you have to have conversations with her, and make sure that she's nice and ready before you enter her.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's about timing. It's about, as you stated, being gentle, touches, words, basically, exploring each other and just enjoying the moment. It's not wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I mean, that, yeah,
of
sure,
course
there's a
not.
lot of that going on out there too. But it's, if you really want to be intimate, you want to basically make sure that the stage is set in such a way that both parties are going to enjoy themselves. That's the whole point of it. Um,
Yeah.
and you were, as I read your profile, you're into seductive art and honest
Hmm.
talk about sex. What does that entail? What kind of conversations do you get into with people to get them starting to have the conversation about sex and about being where you need to be?
Okay. Well, because of my experience in the sex world, I was looking around and look at like a lot of women, not only like black women, aren't like sexually confident within themselves. So I created seductive art. It's a play on word with the word art because to be seductive is an art form, right? But I focus on three specialized areas of sexual enhancements, which is visual stimulation, how to visually stimulate your partner, right? Not only like your partner, but yourself too, ladies. Because I mean, it's an old cliche, but it's the truth. When you look good, you feel good. Like, and that's just the fact. And also, I'm a designer, a stylist, a fashionista. Yeah, so so that segment is a part of it, like visually stimulating your partner and also yourself. And then we have real sex talk. And then we slide on our heels, and I teach ESS, was an erotic, sensual, and seductive dance. Now, before we dance, I teach women about shoe maintenance, how different shoes require a different type of technique when you're walking. So we teach them how to walk in heels because a lot of women don't know how to walk in heels. And then I tap into the movement aspect of it. Now, as far as the communication, now we talk about everything because we have to talk about everything. We talk about parenting. As a parent, first of all, my first question in all of my workshops is how did your mother or your parents speak to you about sex, or if they spoke to you at all? And as a parent, how do you talk to your children about sex, if there's a conversation at all? So that's the first thing. And then like we just talk about a plethora of anything that's related to sex, to sexual assault, um, to learning how to protect yourself, like as a woman and also as a man. Now let me share a quick story. And that's a story from a man who shared this with me. He was with a girl, met her, they was out. This is a black man, a Caucasian woman. They were instantaneously attracted to each other. They started kissing on each other and loving on each other and stuff like that. Go back to her house. So he thinks that she's in the bathroom getting ready. So he get himself ready in the living room or whatnot. And he said, why she came back with a full set of clothes on, like casual clothes. Yo, he said he put his clothes on so fast and got up out of there. See, things like that. You just never know. You may meet somebody who may not be mentally well. You understand what I'm saying? Who knows what's going on in this person's life?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he thought for himself to get up out of there because she could have been like, "Who are you?" Who knows? And I mean, and vice versa for women. Women be in situations like that where now this is a story that was on the news that I found that was like, wow, this lady was on vacation by herself, met a guy, they was same scenario, they're hugging and kissing, and then they go back to his uh what is that? The hotel room.
Yeah.
Why this man, I don't know if they had sex, but he cut her up and killed her.
Oh,
Ladies, y'all and men, y'all got to listen. You have to use your intuition. Of course, we all are sexual beings. You have to take your time with sex. And even if it is a one night stand, like I'll like go into somebody's apartment or hotel room may not be the smartest thing. I mean, now you're very adventurous if you're meeting somebody for the first time and you want to have sex with them. Keep it adventurous. Do it outside. You know what I'm saying? Find a nice remote little spot, like where it's not too, so at least where you can scream, somebody can hear you. If it just so happens to go awry, so we talk about all sorts of things, from giving your best fellatio. Like some women can't deep throat, and it's okay, and they feel some type of way because they can't. Everybody don't have gag reflex isn't like gone. You know what I'm saying? To where they can just like gobble it up. Yeah, it's okay. Like use your hand and stay where you are. Like right at the tip. That's okay. And use your hand. With men, like learning how to orally please a woman. Let me just put y'all man on something for real. The nerve endings on the vagina is the clitoris. That's that little thing that's sticking out, right? Focus on that. Lick that up. If she like it hard, suck. That's why having conversation with two adults. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
it's pivotal to you having like great sex for real. Because I mean, you can have like whatever your own bags of tricks are in your bag.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that it's going to apply and fly with this woman or with this guy.
Yeah, when I was a younger fella, I had more hair. Yeah, when I was younger, but I would certainly go out and do things, but today, and not as much. Now, I wouldn't even think about it in a lot of ways because of the safety issue. There's so much going on out there. You really have to have your head on the swivel. And mostly for women, which is tragic and very sad, but even for fellas, I mean,
Mhm.
there are women out there that'll do just as much damage as men. So it goes both ways. Mind you, the majority of these cases, it is the woman, and that's so, so sad to see and hear that kind of thing going
Yeah.
on. Um,
Hmm.
not needed, not appropriate at all, but it does happen. The thing is that it's being aware of situations, and I know I've come across a few in my time. It's just like, hey, that looks interesting, and you get closer and you start to feel it out, so to speak. As you
Hmm.
pointed out, you're sussing it out, you're figuring it out. And I was like,
Hmm.
you start hearing ding, 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 and your brain, the spidey senses go up. It's like, no, I'm out of here. Bye,
Right.
zip, I'm gone.
Right.
And I've been in a situation or two like that where it's just like, bye, see ya, nice knowing you, I'm out of here. Um,
Hmm.
so obviously you're doing workshops. How many of these do you do on a regular basis?
Well, I have mine every third month. I just had one, was it a week ago? Yeah, at a restaurant. So sometimes, like I will switch it up because it is three segments. Now we had did this at a public place where I just felt like we needed to have more conversation. So we did it at a restaurant. So we were dining and eating and having conversation. And it was a great time. And so my next one will be happening in 3 months, and I will be doing it in a park where we're going to be like the same type of a situation where we mostly focus on just real sex talk. But
Now,
however, I am available for hire for like bachelorette parties, girls' nights out events, birthday parties.
but I have to admit, it must be interesting though, going into a public space like a restaurant or
Yeah.
park and start talking about that. That must draw quite a bit of attention. What do you find reactions are like from people who are not in that workshop who happen to see or hear what you're doing?
No, well, actually, where we were, it was okay. So this restaurant had like a private area, so we was in our own little private area. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just never out right into the middle of anything where parents,
Right.
their little ones are going to hear things like,
But
You
you
know,
know what? The crazy thing, like, I don't understand why, just like I had said, mentioned earlier about talking to your children about sex and human sexual behavior at a very young age. I think that you should. I mean, as far as their bodies, I had seen this lady who I was just like, and I give all credit to her. But when I seen her, I was like, oh my God, this is what people need to be teaching their children. And her daughter was a toddler. She was a sister from Africa, and she was touched. And I was saying to her in her dialect, she was saying, "Good touch and bad touch," right? So she would touch her daughter on different parts of her body and let her daughter tell her, was this a good touch or a bad touch? And I was like, that is brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know, that's a great way that you can implement safety for your children, because unfortunately there's a lot of pedophiles in the world, and it be motherfuckers that y'all know that's in your family,
oh
and
yeah.
people that's or at school and all this old craziness that be happening. So by talking to them, having these type of conversation, even like at that point, and then let them know, like, if somebody ever touches you in that way and make you feel that, this was my thing, if somebody ever and they make you feel like this, like, you come back and you tell me, you tell your aunt or your mother, your father, your teacher, whoever you feel, you know what I'm saying, that to have like that strong connection with, where you have felt that safety, because you can prevent a lot of children from sexual trauma if we have these conversations early.
Yeah, so what you're really saying here, and the gist of what I'm getting all through this conversation is that it's about talking, honest conversations, honestly talking about this subject in ways that basically will get people to think about the subject matter at hand, and from a young age right up to, older people. I mean, I'm 62 and I still talk about sex and the idea of behind it and what to do and what not to do. And, yeah, even for adults, there's good touch and bad touch as well. I mean, this is like,
Right.
I remember one time working in a volunteer situation and having a woman come up to me and, start trying to paw at me, like, go away, please.
Right,
Don't
right.
just that don't touch, Whereas a lot of people would say, men, well, what don't men like to be touched all the time? Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, but not all of, some people it's like, no, thank you.
right.
You
That's
know,
a violation of somebody's space. I don't even, like, we're not like that. You don't have the right to come and touch me. I tell somebody quick, like, don't touch me, because I don't like to be touched. Like, for real. Like, just, I don't like people. And mind you, I live in New York, so there's always people around and all this. Like, just, I don't even like, was like, but majority of New Yorkers are polite in that way. Like, they have etiquette, like, excuse me, and all that type of thing. But like, even it's like just brushing up to them, it's like, yo, why you touch me? Like, I'm just crazy like that. Like, I don't like to be touched. Yeah. So anybody, like, especially like in a workspace, wherever, like, you don't have the right to just come. Not now. Now, you know what? It's so contradictory. You know what? Shit is contradictory. Because I will quick to put my hand on somebody, but like in a gentle, like if I'm having a conversation with someone, and maybe it's becoming uneasy, or we are in a celebratory mode, I would place my hand, like, on their shoulder or something like that. So yeah, I got a lot of nerves, right?
and how long have you been doing this for? Like, how did you get involved in this and how long have you been doing this for?
Well, because of my experience as a sex worker, I've been doing it off and on for maybe like 8 years now. Now I'm really focused because I didn't have my modules down. I didn't have my my business aesthetic, like like, just concrete. So now I do have it, and so yeah, so now I'm really really focused. So I was jumping in and out, but now, like, I'm really concrete with it, and I got into it because of that, and also because a lot of women do have like insecurities. Not only like the talking too, like your fashion sweetness. Now because like I told you, I am also a designer. The name of my brand is Real Nice by Real. I'm a stylist, a fashionista, all these things, and a designer. And I have like a great eye and I love beautiful things. some women, as far as fashion, they just don't know how to put themselves together. Now, I have heard women like, I have my own style. Yes, you do have your own style, but is it impeccable? No, and it needs some work. It just needs to be refined. From your head to your hair to everything and your accessories to what you wear on, and all the way down to your shoes. Like I said before, because when you look good, you feel good. Um, and a lot of women just need there's like refined because they don't know, like, they think that, you know, I don't know that they know that they style isn't phenomenal, and they can use a little touch up, and I never try to take anyone out of their fashion comfort. That's where a lot of stylists and designers go wrong sometimes. Like they'll do like a complete 180 with a person, and that's not them. Keep them where they are, but just refine them. Maybe they need their hair done a little bit different. Maybe they need to add some accessories. Maybe they need to change their shoes. Maybe they need to put a jacket. Sometimes with clothes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, like it's and your body type, right? Certain things look better with your body type. Now that comes with a lot of convincing because women, especially if they've been doing what they've been, maybe they 30, 40, 50 years old, however old they may be, it's kind of hard to get them out of this mindset. Like, because like you look like I keep it a buck, honey, you look boring and anybody will pass you. Not to say that we try to make you look. Now, me, I'm always shining. I'm just saying because you know what I'm saying. But that may not be her aesthetic. She don't want all that attention, but she probably you just need like some touch ups. That's it. Just so you can look when people look at you like, oh, you look nice. I like your hair. The makeup look good, or no makeup. Maybe some people doing too much makeup. Yo, the makeup that these girls put on their face, I be like, really? You know what I'm saying? Now I can understand if you going somewhere to like a gala, you getting married, or you about to be on the red carpet or something, you doing a photo shoot. Now that requires that. But in your regular day, like no. So that means that you have some insecurities about like yourself. Now I'm not saying about some this women who may have had like a devastating situation that may have happened. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? To where they have to, and I understand that too. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody's situation is different, and also not only like when you look good, you feel good. Um, Also like just being confident in your own body. You look at all these women getting these BBLs and all this stupid ass shit in your titties done. I saw a lady yesterday walking down the street. Her titties was perky up here and her ass was flat. Like she was Caucasian, like at the bottom. I was like, oh girl, that looks stupid. First of all, your titties look dumb. Them shits look hard as hell. I'm just in my mind. Now her man probably like it. I don't know. Maybe she do too. But if you love your own self, like, why would you want to put all this toxic things in your body, which is going to affect your body at some point? Because some people was getting up those injections, you don't even know what that shit is to make your shit bigger. Like, it can pop. You get, God forbid, if you was to have an unfortunate accident and these things pop. Now all of that fluid, whatever it is that's in you, now it's in your bloodstream. You have to think about things like that. Having small titties isn't a bad thing. Another quick situation that I just seen, right? I did a cold plunge yesterday. And so next to the spa is a yoga studio. So a lady came out, and so all the women getting undressed. Now this was an older woman. I just happened to turn and look. I said, "Excuse me." I said, "I just want to give you a compliment." I said, "This is please don't think I'm weird," but I said, "You have beautiful titties." Like her breast, she told me she was 63 years old, had 3 children, and
Mhm.
her breast set up like, and she was like, no, and she said these are all mine, and I could tell it was natural, and she was like, hers was just naturally that way. Another quick tip I want to tell you ladies too, if you want to keep your titties intact, is for me, I sleep with a sports bra, nothing with no wire. Just I always sleep with a sports bra underneath my pajamas. So try that. Instead of, because if you just let them just hang, like gravity is gonna pull them down, ladies. Like, and now you got like saggy titties. And I'm not, if you want that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, another thing too, everybody rolled to sex is different. There's no one way that some people can go. Everybody's is different, and I try to meet everybody where they are. But my main thing is that for women truly to love the skin that you are in, like just, and if a man can appreciate you for who you are in your relationship, then I don't think you need to be with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a man can give a woman on TV like, oh, she look good, like, and you sitting right there and he never told you that, that's a problem.
Yeah, yeah, that is a problem. If people want to get in touch with you to engage in your workshop or other forms of conversation like the one we've just had today, how would they go about getting in touch with you?
Well, they can email me at Rill Fashion. My name is spelled RILL Fashion at yahoo.com. They can also follow me on Instagram at Seductive Rill, RILLIIS. What that says is Seductive Real I is. So that's Seductive Real IIS. Um, yeah, and you can, and also on YouTube under Real Seductive, Real RILL and Seductive. And you can
Per-
get you can follow me. All my links in the are in the description on my YouTube page.
Yes, I'll make sure to get the many of these links up. And I want to say thank you very much for taking time out to talk about this. This has been fascinating, and I really appreciate it because even myself, I'm learning. It's like, okay,
No.
yeah, it's really cool. Um, this will get up on our channel, of course, and we will basically have this going forward with the idea of you maybe engaging with Will and then getting a workshop together, and hopefully you'll find this very, very helpful to yourself. And Will, again, I want to thank you very much for taking time out
Thank you.
to visit today. Really appreciate it a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there's another edition of Candid Conversation Zoomed In. I'm going to be checking out soon, so I really appreciate you. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Let's keep this going and share the videos and appreciate what's been put up here. We really do, want engagement here with everybody, and Bill and all the other guests that I've had on the show. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe and share button, and we'll see you in the next episode here on Candid Conversations Zoomed In on Candid Conversations Zoomed In and Comments video channel. My name is Cliff. See you in the next episode.